Liu, Deng, and Zhou did not oppose the cult. Mao personified the revolution. To attack him would undermine their own legitimacy. Instead, they quietly ignored his radical ideas. Their programs of careful economic growth were working. By 1966, China was increasingly prosperous and the world's fifth nuclear power. But Mao was more and more dissatisfied. He did not control party policy, and he felt that Liu Shaoqi and the other leaders were betraying the revolution.
Mao disagreed with people like Liu Shaoqi on building the economy. Zhou Enlai and Liu wanted to curb radical policies. Mao wasn't happy. Mao thought that curbing radicalism was wrong.
For Mao, communism could be achieved only through radical means, through continuing revolution, a never-ending process of struggle and change. He decided that the Communist Party itself, the party he had led for more than 30 years, was the main obstacle to his vision of revolution. In May 1966, Mao began an attack on the party. Through the columns of China's main newspaper, he called on young people to attack party officials and replace them with true revolutionaries. Mao Zedong had unleashed the great proletarian cultural revolution.
For the first time since 1949, our supreme leader, Chairman Mao, a godlike figure, called on people at the very bottom of society. People like us students with no work and no profession. He told us to rebel against party officials. This had a tremendous impact on us.
It was said there were people who were against Chairman Mao. We felt it was time for us to give our blood and our lives to protect Chairman Mao.
Young people took to the streets. They wrote wall posters attacking their teachers and party officials. Within days, schools and universities were in turmoil. Having launched the Cultural Revolution, Mao left Beijing. Liu Shaoqi and Deng Xiaoping were left to manage the growing disorder. They asked Mao for instructions, but he gave them none. On July 16, 1966, Mao staged a huge media event, swimming in the Yangtze River. It was a signal to the nation that Mao, aged 73, was vigorous and in command. Two days later, he returned to the capital.
A meeting was held in the Great Hall of the People with students from Beijing University and other colleges. At the meeting, Liu Shaoqi, Deng Xiaoping, and Zhou Enlai were sitting on the stage.
Unknown to the participants, Mao was listening backstage. Dr. Li sat next to him.
Liu Shaoqi described how the Cultural Revolution started. He said, "We veteran revolutionaries have encountered new problems, and we don't know how to deal with them." Mao immediately said, "I hear you. What veteran revolutionaries? You're an old counter-revolutionary." My heart sank. It was already very clear that in Mao's eyes, Liu Shaoqi was no longer the head of state, no longer a communist. He was an old counter-revolutionary. Mao had already condemned him. I knew Liu Shaoqi would have no way out, no way out.
Within weeks, Mao reordered the party hierarchy. Deng Xiaoping was demoted to number 6. Liu Shaoqi even lower to number 8. Lin Biao replaced him.
Chairman Mao says, Marxism consists of thousands of truths, but they all boil down to one phrase: it's right to rebel.
Students banded together to carry out Mao's orders. They called themselves Red Guards. On August 18, 1966, Mao began a series of public appearances, greeting millions of young people in Tiananmen Square. Donning the armband of the Red Guards, Mao gave them his blessing.
We saw Mao wave to us. He said something, but we couldn't hear clearly. Later we learned that he said we should carry on the Cultural Revolution to the end. We felt it was the greatest honor of our lives to see Mao in person.
With Mao's approval, the Red Guards traveled for free around the country to gain revolutionary experience. In September 1966, schools did not open for the academic year.
This was the first chance we had to break away from our parents, to do whatever we wanted.
The first morning we were in high spirits. We sang revolutionary songs as we walked. We walked the whole day. The second day we had blisters on our feet and we were exhausted. Army trucks often passed us on the way. The Liberation Army men would say, "Chairman Mao's Red Guards, where are you going?" We answered, "We're going to Beijing to see Chairman Mao and to get revolutionary experience." Then they would say, "Good, our truck is empty, we'll give you a lift." We would answer, "Thank you, Liberation Army men, we want to walk to Beijing. We'll spread Mao Zedong thought and get revolutionary experience on the way." The 13 of us walked and walked for many days.
On October 1st, 1966, National Day, the rallies with Mao reached their most extravagant level.
Long live our great leader, Chairman Mao. And
Lin
long
Biao,
live
now called Mao's closest comrade in arms, led the ceremony.